Spring has finally found New England, and you know what that means is we are finally able to plant out our Lisianthus, which we have cared for since New Year's indoors. And I gotta say, I'm very happy to get it finally out. It's been a while. It looks glorious. I'm very happy with it. But what I'm showing you today is how I prep the beds, how I plant them, how close I plant them together. You might be surprised by that. And what else I do to set it up for success. Mother Nature taking care of it now. So let's get going. I'm Steffi, I'm a home gardener here in Attleboro, Massachusetts. It's zone 6 and I love to take you along for the ride. So welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so let's talk about first what I did here to the bed to amend the bed. I always do a soil test, and based on the soil test, I amended some more nitrogen in the bed because this was the only thing which was truly missing in this bed. And what I typically do at the start of the season is I put a bag of raised bed soil mix on top of it just to top it off a little bit, because after one season of growing, it typically reduces the soil in the bed because the organic matter gets like chomped away by earthworms, the nature parts and whatever. So I typically top it off with a bag of raised bed soil mix, put the amendments in, and now we're ready to go. You can also see here my irrigation lines. I always put them on top so that I can see when we turn it on again where it's working or not and what needs to be fixed. And then later it just gets mulched over typically, and that is how we do it. How do I plant my Lisianthus now? Lisianthus is one of those plants which you can plant very, very tightly. You will be probably surprised on what small square footage I am going to grow here my Lisianthus, but I'm not planning on using more than 3 square feet here at the end of my flower bed. So I took already here one out, so you can see the roots are strong even with those small ones. And what I'm going to do now is just taking them out, placing them, and I'll put them very, very close together. I will probably just leave 1.5 or 2 inches in between, and then I'll try to like zigzag them around. You will see the pattern when we get there, but that is how close I will put them together. Here you see a reason why I love soil blocking so much. It is so fast and easy to put them out of the soil blocks. So you see here my dense planting, although it's not that super dense. I think it's like 2.5 inches around each plant. They don't grow very wide. They grow tall and straight up, and typically they have 3 to 5 stems per plant. So they literally only grow on a footprint like this. And when you grow them a little bit tighter together, what works very well is that they keep themselves upright a little bit more. They are going to get some vertical netting later, or probably not later, in a few days, because I'm lazy and I'm tired, but they're getting some vertical netting as well. But with the vertical netting and this dense planting, they keep upright very, very well. And for that reason, I love to plant them together like this. They will grow gorgeous. And now I'm using my Biotone starter fertilizer, which I use for anything which I'm planting out in the garden. And yes, I go almost through 1 full bag in a garden season. So the Lisianthus is typically the first thing I open the fresh bag for the season for, which we'll do here. I'll bet you Maggie comes up and sniffs it. She loves to sniff the fertilizer. And yeah, and then everything, every plant gets a little sprinkle in the planting hole. And as the soil is so easy, we don't even need a shovel or a trowel or anything. I think my hand will be perfectly fine to keep it easy here. But for that, I do wear gloves. I don't like to get fertilizer on my hands that much, I gotta say. You wanna come sniff? I know. That is really nice when it's freshly amended. It is so quick and easy to put any plants inside. I think those are my best Lisianthus seedling crop I've ever grown. I think I've never planted any Lisianthus out which had this size yet. A few had this size, but not the full batch. So I'm very, very pleased. Typically they had like more this or this kind of size, which worked perfectly fine. And if you saw my starting video from this year on when I started them and talked about the varieties I grew, if you want to check that out, this over here. But I had some pictures in it of the very, very inferior seedlings I planted out last year, and even those one bloomed in the end. So if you have some seedlings which look rather sad, don't throw them away. Put them in the garden and see what Mother Nature does with it. You might be surprised with them. They don't have to look all like that here. So what is important for Lisianthus to thrive when you plant them out? Number one, they have been hardened off. So they have been already out a week. The last couple of nights they were outside. They were mostly in the sun. And I gotta say, they are pretty tough when it comes to hardening off. What is key though is that they are getting planted out in a temperature where the night temperature is still below 55 degrees. Don't ask me why. They're a very, very temperature sensitive plant. So this year I had every temperature in every stage on point. And this is, I think, why they're so stellar this year. No disturbance, no grumpiness in between. So they had like just cozy, smooth sailing since we seeded them out. And the last step is the important part, to plant them out when the soil temperature is not above 55 degrees yet. And this is typically for us the cold season plant out time frame. There is no more frost right now on the next 10 days forecast. If it would go down to something crazy like 25 afterwards, I would throw something over them. Although I had last year in unintentional experiment with my seedlings, leaving them out in a night of 27 just in the seed tray while hardening off. And it was one of those things, the forecast said it's not going deeper than 38, and I woke up to 27 here in our area. And it was not a quick 27, it was a 27 for a few hours because my weather station data showed me that. And I thought I lost them all. Lisianthus, my other crops like the onions, the snapdragons, the lettuce, everything bounced back. So not that I want to get that anxiety again, but I know they can tolerate a lot lower temperatures than you think. And once they're already in ground, they're a lot more protected as well because the roots are more covered, etc. So they can stand a lot more. Nevertheless, if it would go down below 30, I think I would still cover them. But so far, knock on wood, the next 10-day forecast doesn't show anything like that here. And then we water everything in. Just got the new hose link for 100 feet because I was never able to take my water and water the very outer corner. And now I can do that without a problem. I'm so happy. We'll use the old one in the front yard. I wanted to get anyway one for the front yard. We have always one of those like hoses just like flopping in the front yard for cleaning the cars or watering the front yard containers. So I'm excited. Great. And this was really the last step. Next update will be in July with an armful of glorious Lisianthus flowers. And the best part about the hose link, that one is fast. So Megan, I hope this video was interesting to you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm so happy that they're finally out. Took a lot of time and care to get them to the point, but Mother Nature will take care of them. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, subscribe and watch another video. Thank you.